fans. I already got a bone to pick with you, but I got the bone to pick with your media. The Cal Baileys of the world, the Buzz Season Podcast, and all of y'all. I don't see. I know people be like, "I'm always on the list." I don't care. I'm here to call y'all out. It's funny how the Raptors media, when you get smacked, are calling out your coach bullshit. The real problem with why the Hornets get smacked last night, even where was your pension collector? Your $120 million pension collector in Mr. Glass, aka Gordon Hayward. Where was he? This same MLS team, y'all call a team, y'all call a basketball team, cannot win a basketball game without their superstar, right? The reason why Borrego gave Lamelo those minutes after being an all-star is because he wants the Melo to take the fall for it. He wants everyone to see that we gotta give Lamelo all the minutes he wants, so he's the reason why we lost. I'm not falling for that Genjutsu anymore, bro. I'm not falling for your Genjutsu. Buzz Season Podcast, I'm not falling for your feel-good story where you told me what you mean, they're joyful. Nigga, are you that blind? Take your tinted glasses, tinted blindfolds that you have in your eyes, and look at the hidden message. These boys are not happy. And before you say it's because of losing, you tell me this coach has taken the joy out of a team. But you still want to defend this coach like he's your father and your father, bro. This coach got the job he got because of his race. And I said it. Dwayne Casey, coach of the year, fired. Lloyd Pierce, mistake in the locker room one time, fired. Mike Brown, fired. So I'm not here to play that shit. A black coach do what Borrego done, he's gone in the next day. The Minnesota Timberwolves were in a similar spot last year. They got rid of his ass. But he black. Mark Jackson fired and blackballed because he doesn't agree with a certain opinion, right? But Mark Jackson is not the case. Earl Watson fired. Yeah, because the Suns look like shit at one point. Fired. It's funny when Raptors media on live TV are calling your bullshit out. And in terms of the All-Star, Adam Silver did y'all a favor, bro. I'm happy LaMelo made it, yes. I want to see my boy make it, but let me tell you the truth. He did y'all a favor. That All-Star pick that Adam Silver did with DeJounte Murray and LaMelo Ball, let me tell the message that he's telling both teams. Do not fuck with my money. DeJounte Murray has been so exciting to watch this season. I may not have get to see DeJounte Murray fully, but he has been so exciting this season. And that's for a fact. DeJounte Murray and LaMelo Ball have been so phenomenal to watch. The NBA has gotten to the point where they want to promote their next stars. Just like the NBL did with LaMelo Ball back then, and then Josh Giddey, and now the next generation. You can go ask. Look, let's examine the NBL. Without LaMelo Ball, I don't think Josh Giddey will even be in the NBA. Without LaMelo Ball, Kelly Oubre will not come to your team. Yeah, I'm here to put you on the stir fry. You having Raptors media call out the bullshit. Even they know the problem with this team is not that they're gassed or the fact that they can't buy a bucket. The preparation. What preparation as Borrego gave this team? These guys are coming on back to backs. They aren't prepared to come and play. What's the preparation? What are they prepared to play basketball for? What is Borrego doing to prepare these boys? What are you preparing these boys for? What have you done as a coach to prepare these boys to succeed? I haven't seen it. You haven't prepared for anything. What have you prepared these boys for? You have not prepared these boys for anything. The problem with the Hornets lost last night is not a matter of, oh, they couldn't buy a shot. Look at the schemes. The minutes Lamelo got last night is to blame Lamelo. Is to look and make the fan base look at Lamelo and say he played bad. And I'm just gonna say Lamelo did play bad. Yes, he deserved blame too. You play like shit, especially for an All-Star. But I'm not gonna say Lamelo is the problem because I'm not gonna let JB make you fall for the tricks. Yeah, you out here saying you have a team, but coach is not the reason why we shot 9 for 20. Look at the score. At one point, you're losing by like 20 something. Even with Gordon Hayward, you still can't win. Even if Gordon was at played the whole game, you still wouldn't win. And you want to tell you, you want me to tell you why? In the era where the versatility matters, you have look at the Cavs. Laurie Markkinen is 7 foot tall. He plays small forward in Cleveland, but he's in a center. He plays small forward. Evan Mobley played power forward. Jared Allen center. Now the Cavs lineup have a Caris LeVert playing shooting guard. Caris LeVert is a piece to help Darius Garland make the playoffs and win a title. That's what Caris LeVert is for. That's what his job is for, to help Darius Garland win a championship. Because the Cavs have started to build a team around Darius Garland. And that's the only thing I will not agree with Rev with, is when he said expendable, making Darius Garland expendable. No, it's not. Caris LeVert is another piece to help Darius Garland win a championship. That's what the Cavs did. You have an epicenter, a whole lighthouse as a wall defense. A whole lighthouse. But of course, look at Charlotte. What do they have? A hut for defense. A hut. And I'm not trying to bring this back to Africa because I know people want to say, yes, you have a hut for defense, bro. I'm dead serious. Because a hut is so easy to penetrate. A lighthouse can be hard to find. The gaps through it. You have a hut, something that's so easy to penetrate through or just go into if you find your way. The Cavs have a castle-like lighthouse defense where it's so hard to even get through the entrance. Your third best defender, like Charlotte, don't you get it? LaMelo's your third best defender. I look at NBA map today. LaMelo and Lonzo are damn near in the same ranking. LaMelo is just a little higher above his older brother when it comes to defense and offense. In defensive points saved and offensive points generated, LaMelo and Lonzo are around the same echelon. And they're in the higher echelon, right? But you're telling me they're happy. Why the fuck would they be happy? Who's happy with losing? I'm not here to hear a feel good story and try to cover for a coach that hasn't won anything. Your team has a 62 and 85 record before Lamelo came. And this is the overall record because I did it minus Lamelo Ball. If you do the math, you have you have a problem, Charlotte. You have Raptors announcers calling you bullshit out. But y'all still want to kick for this coach. This YMCA G League coach. This guy that should be coaching middle school basketball, bro. You have this middle school coach coaching this team. He's not a people's coach. Why not he go and coach the MLS? They will love to program players. They sure love to program players to a system. That's why I see the MLS is not fun to watch because it's bland. Why do you think it's a retirement home? That's why you see them bringing all these stars like Carlos Tevez, Shaqiri, Zlatan Ibrahimovic because they know they ain't shit. Because they haven't won shit. That's why you see the MLS is a pay to win league, bro. You want to be a pay to win. You know what, Charlotte? Let me tell you the story of how Canada got robbed of having two teams. Remember the Vancouver Grizzlies when the very first pick of the Vancouver Grizzlies in the expansion draft was Jason motherfucking Kidd. After the expansion draft, by the way. This was their first draft decision. Was Jason Kidd. Or I may be lying, but y'all do the research for me. Jason Kidd. Have you won anything? That same Jason Kidd has made an all-star in his second year. Let me read Lamelo Ball's accolades for you. The first ball brother to be an all-star, right? The third youngest player to be an all-star. And that's it. But the most important one, the second player, the second drafted point guard, not played point guard. Remember, the second drafted point guard, because there are players who play point guard, but they're not put in the All-Star game as guards. The second drafted point guard since Jason Kidd to be an All-Star. What have you won, Charlotte? You're the Atlanta, your crosstown rivals have made 3 divisional titles. They've made the playoffs with Kyle Korver as their best sharpshooter, with Al Horford as their best rim protector. They made the Eastern Conference Finals with that team, with Jamal Crawford being their best clutch scorer off the bench. But you want to sell me on a weak-ass dream. Atlanta, you haven't won a thing. You played so many years of being losers. You want to complain to me about losing. You want to come to me about being L makers, bro. I'm not falling for your tricks. I'm not falling for your shambles. I'm not falling for your genjutsu, bro. For the first time, I see a coach that is in panic mode. For the first time, I've seen JB panic. But I thought he's not, like James Plowright would say, I thought he's never rattled. Why does he look rattled against the Raptors? Why was he rattled? And before you say he's Lamelo Ball fan, I'm if I see you in life and in real life and you say that bullshit, I'm beat your ass up with that because I do not understand how your own opponents meet announcers. Remember, this game was broadcasted on TSN. So the guys reporting it aren't Eric Collins. I know people want to say Eric Collins. Ain't Eric Collins. We Raptors, we have our own version of Eric Collins. They may not be as loud as Eric Collins is, but I still love that reporting because they fun to watch. They make if in a game if the Raptors are winning games like damn near every time, you'll be seeing them more excited than you saw them against Charlotte last night. Even they know they bored because Charlotte's effort alone is even gonna take them the boredom out. You expect them to be happy with this bland ass game that everybody playing? You want Lamelo to play this pass first Lonzo Ball style basketball? Nope, he's not Lonzo. Okay, your own kid says, I am not a pass first point guard. Get your ass out your chest and start building this team around this kid. Adam Silver sent a message. He bailed Jordan that ass out again. That's the main message for this topic because he bailed y'all out. He sent a message through that All-Star pick, Charlotte. Because apart from DeJounte Murray, let me focus on Charlotte and with Lamelo Ball. Him picking Lamelo Ball is a message. Yeah, he has done this for Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki when in the 2019 All-Star Weekend in Charlotte when he picked Dirk and D Wade. I'm not playing back at it. Adam Silver picked LaMelo not just because he's good for TV, and is good for ratings. He realized Jordan and Borrego weak ass are fucking with his money. The NFL is beating the NBA out in ratings, viewership. And your only set of viewership the NBA have as leverage is LaMelo and DeJounte Murray. But apart from DeJounte Murray, LaMelo is your only best shot at getting more ratings. You are out here limiting this man's game. Let's put him under a leash, under a soul box. Let's put him in a soul box and clap his soul. Why do you think I call y'all an MLS team? Because y'all do similar shit to what the MLS does. Hence why you don't see the MLS be that popular anymore. Yeah, you will still see people going there. Ain't nobody coming there to watch this boring ass league. That's why you see people just coming there and pay to win to the system. They don't have a relegation system. They don't have even a Champions League system that we can say that is reputable. You don't have a relegation system. But of course, we want to defend terrible basketball. Right? You are not a winning team. With that coach, let me tell you the harsh truth, Charlotte. You will never win a championship until Borrego's fired. I do not care. No matter how many seasons you have with Borrego, you will never win a championship. I don't even think you're gonna sniff a second Eastern Conference Finals appearance with that coach. I don't care how much you hate me for, because anyone who still rock with this coach and saying he's building development like the I am Groots of the world, I'm calling this out. That Spurs system, let me say this to the fools. One man's meat is another man's poison. So in that case, just because the Spurs system worked for the Golden State Warriors, the Toronto Raptors, because yes, the freaking Raptors played a realistic Spurs system. The Hornets played the inverse version. You want LaMelo to emulate Manu Ginobili, character-wise, right? That's why you said the next thing you saw was Manu Ginobili. I'm not playing that weak shit. You try to compare him to a guy that he was put on a chain with this coach to come off the bench when he could have been something better than himself. You have a point guard that's just grateful for the opportunity. Yeah, coach, I'm just thankful to be here, which is not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah, it's good. But at least one thing that Pop has that Borrego will never have in his real life is knowing who his point guard is. When I watch the Spurs, you don't have freaking Tim Duncan trying to play point guard. You don't have everybody trying to play point guard. Everybody know, give Tony Parker the ball, let him set everything up. Danny Green is not coming out to play point guard. So tell me, if these guys aren't mentally prepared and prepared in a basketball sense to come on the court and compete, this coach needs to be fired. This team doesn't need a tactics coach. They need a players coach, like the likes of a Billy Donovan, like the likes of a Earl Watson, like the likes of a Phil Jackson or something. You need a players coach. A players coach will fix Charlotte. You need a coach that can try to relate to all of these players and say, you know what, guys, I know it's all bad, but you need a coach that would know from day one, this is my franchise point guard. This is who I need to run my offense through. This is what I'm setting the offense up for. Listen, Charlotte, this is one thing I hate from Borrego that I've never addressed this, but I've reached a boiling point after hearing the Raptors media call JB out on this bullshit. I've had enough, and let me say it. The play is simple. Give Lamelo the ball, he'll give everybody the ball. Lamelo is not a ball hog. Jermaine Jackson taught him that. He taught him to be a team first, and then him second type of thing. Yeah, he's not a pass first. You can ask Earl Watson. He's a futuristic point guard. This is why I want Earl Watson to coach the team. He knows how the team works. He knows their schemes. It's not even about LaMelo. He knows the team's schemes. He can fix this. He can fix the terrible scheme you have. You have this bracket coach. You have this algebra coach. This coach is a math teacher in an English class. He was brought in there to teach English, but he's out here teaching math equations. We don't need that type of coach. We need a coach that will teach English, not math. But yet you want to sell me on this weak shit. This same team has not won a title. You having a record of 1,141, 1,111 to 1,408. 441% win percentage, right? AKA 44% win percentage. You're telling me that's a winning record? You've played for 32 years, in year 33, and you're still trash. You're still trash. But I know the reason why Charlotte is really a losing team. Just look at the fan base. Look at Atlanta fans. Let me even bring a personal relation. I was having a debate with a Nets fan. This is not a Nets fan, a team that has made it to the Eastern Conference Finals the last season. This motherfucker wants Steve Nash fired. I had to calm him down and say, Borrego done worse. He hasn't even made the playoffs. First season, 9th seed. Second team, 10th seed. Third season, 10th seed. Fourth season, you're about to be 10th seed again. So what's the pattern? The first season you didn't even make the playoffs, pre the play-in system. The second season, when the play-in was being introduced, still didn't make the playoffs. The third season, when the play-in was in play, still didn't make the playoffs. Now you're in the fourth season after the play-in was insinuated. Still, you cannot make the playoffs. What have you won, Charlotte? What have you won? You have never won anything in your life. In your life. This coach, this racketeering coach, this pendejo version of a coach that hasn't won a damn in his life. That gringo, that idiota has not won anything for you. I don't want to say Matavela is gonna pinch us Ojoswe, right? Don't want to say that because y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry, Charlotte. What have you won? You are okay with a 19, while Atlanta has won uno, dos, tres division titles, made at least one Eastern Conference Finals, made the playoffs at least 2 to 3 times. Oh, they made 2 Eastern Conference Finals during the Al Horford and Jamal Crawford and Kyle Korver era, and now, isn't that a shame? They made the playoffs at least 3 times. I do not want to hear it. Bus Season Podcast, you're a goofy too. Trying to tell me a feel-good story of how these guys are happy. He took their joy from them. And let me explain how this man took the joy from them. Whenever these guys make a smart basketball play, they sat down on the bench. Whenever they make a play that brings the whole arena up, they're on the bench. But I'm not surprised when damn near majority of the fan base are having this cult-like mentality to defend this coach. When damn near most of the media members have this cult-like mentality to defend this coach. I'm not surprised. Look at Bulls fans. Let's examine a fan base. Like I said, I had a debate with a Nets fan who wants Steve Nash fired. A guy who led this team to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the eventual champions. Fired. He wants him fired. And I was telling him Steve Nash is still young. He's still new to the system. You should give him more time. He didn't give a fuck. He wants him gone. That's a Nets fan. That's a fan of a team that has been winning recently. All because they're in the 7th seed. Get him out of here. But your own team have this cult, your fan base have this cult-like mentality to defend this weak-minded coach, this YMCA coach that hasn't won a thing in their life. What has he won? Every time you mention Borrego, oh, he won a championship with Greg Popovich. Yeah, that's cool. You can sell that to a canteen somewhere. You can sell that to a gift shop somewhere, but that's not buying any brick if I'm an owner. Or if any smart owner is there. You can't sell that to a canteen. If this man was with Luka, go and sell programming to Luka and see what Mark Cuban is gonna do to you. You're gonna be gone in the next day. Go and sell that programming shit to Luka and see where your ass end up. You won't even have a job. James Cardi Borrego, you're not gonna have a job if you're gonna sell that to Luka. LaMelo's comparisons in Luka Doncic. Lamelo's comparison and Luka Doncic is having a better team surrounded around him. Has been making the playoffs every single season except for his rookie season. You're telling me this coach is a winning coach? I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. This team has never won a championship in their lives. You haven't won a division title. The only NBA team in history to never win a division title. And do not sell me the 7-59 Bobcats. Because I'm not hearing it. I've been hearing that argument. I have one guy tell me, "Oh, do you remember the Bobcats?" That tells me all I need to know about you. That tells me all I need to know about your ass. That tells me everything I need to see. That you guys have a weak mind, a weak mindset. It's all in a situation where it's a competition. I'm just riding for y'all fans because you guys pay your money to watch this shit. So if you're okay with being losers for life and always crying losers for life, let me tell you, my favorite Premier League team, Chelsea, we haven't won the Premier League since 2010. And I was only 10 years old at the time, right? But what even pissed me off is the Champions League, right? We haven't won the Europa League since 2013, probably 2018 or so. But we haven't won the Champions League since 2012, right? It took us 9 years from 2012 to win another one. 9 fucking years. And within those 9 years, look at how many coaches we've had. Why did it took a freaking stick man for a coach to win us a Champions League trophy? And yes, I called him a stick man. But a stick man for a coach in not Thomas Tuchel to win a Champions League trophy. Speaking on the Vancouver Grizzlies, I don't want y'all to end up like the Vancouver Grizzlies, where the freaking Vancouver Grizzlies moved to Memphis because the team couldn't make a winning team. They couldn't win. They couldn't even go to a conference title. They couldn't go there. So they had to be so bad to the point that the NBA had no choice to send them to Memphis because they realized they were so bad. That same team that got Kyle Lowry, right? I'm not buying your Genjutsu no more, bro. No one is buying it. The sheeps are coming out in droves. And they're calling it out. And it's now time, Charlotte. You're on the clock. You're now on the clock. What's it gonna be? James Borrego or your Rising Star team? Because if you pick the Rising Star team, you're gonna win a championship. Especially when your franchise player have the heart of a champion. Has a similar demeanor to the late greatest, one of the late greatest players in NBA history, in Kobe Bryant. He has that similar mentality of, I want to win a title for this team. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to win a title. You have your pension collectors in Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward not producing anything. If you look at Gordon's stats, what did he do in that game? Regardless of whether Gordon is on that game or not, whether he was healthy or not, you will not win a title with that shit. Gordon, everybody, these guys use multiple seasons to promote Gordon's bullshit. Gordon only played one full season with you. But of course, you want to use multiple seasons and say, the Charlotte Hornets are 50 and something. I don't want to hear it. What has he done this season? In that last season, can you count the whole season when he was on the court? Because you're saying they're a losing team without him. Okay, with him, what has their record? With him being there. And before you hit me with that they need Gordon Hayward, let me tell you, they don't need that pension collector. Why do you think I call y'all an MLS team? It's simple. Ain't nobody, let me tell you the truth, Charlotte. Nobody's coming to a team that they want to just collect a pension there. You're gonna have next season. You're gonna be having Russell Westbrook come to your team just so he can come in there and collect the pension. And you're gonna make the same mistake again because you're the most gullible franchise in NBA history. You're willing to pay for washed stars, but you're willing to not promote your own stars. Why do you think Muggsy Bogues, Alonzo Mourning, and all these guys left y'all, bro? Because you ain't shit. The only motherfucker that stayed was Dale. That's the only motherfucker that stayed. And he was shipped to Toronto. So we're not buying that whack shit that you're doing. We're not buying it. If Steph Curry is washed, he's going to come back home just so you can see that weak shit coming. So I'm sorry to tell you, Charlotte, what have you won? You finally drafted a player. That player became an all-star. That means you start to build a team around that player. The NBA commissioner sent you a message saying, do not fuck with my money, Charlotte. Do not fuck with my money. That's what he's telling you. Do not mess with my money maker. Lamelo's making the NBA money. He's getting them more views. He's getting them more highlights. He's having people tune in to watch a Charlotte Hornet basketball. And when they tune in, they see shit basketball. And we should just, yeah, they won today. I don't care if they beat the Bulls tomorrow. They beat the Bulls tomorrow, bro. They can beat the Pistons. I'm still going to call the bullshit out. I do not care. Enough with these moral victories. Enough with his moral victories. Oh, we won one game at least. I don't give a fuck. The problem with the Charlotte Hornets losing streak is the preparation, not the mindset or the shooting. It's the preparation. They aren't prepared. They aren't mentally prepared. There's no motivation to go out there and get a W. And that's a similar thing. Look at Gordon when he said to Lamelo, "Hey, I had to dealing with feeding kids and stuff." I'm like, there you go, Charlotte. That guy does not come there to win. He just comes there and collect a pension so he can feed his family, which is not a bad idea, but that's his motivation. It's not to win a championship. It's not to win you rings. It's to get the money so that I can build for my family, which is not a bad idea. I respect the brother for actually, trying to feed his family. Like, you gotta do that too. So, but damn, a man tell you that, and you're the most blind franchise. Why do you think players take advantage of weak ass franchises like you, bro? Tony Parker came in. Let me come get this pension. Left. You did the same mistake with Gordon Hayward that you did with Nicholas Batum. And I'll say it, to Charlotte fans, Gordon Hayward is the worst contract in NBA history, and it's not even close. Because he's getting paid $120 million to come there and lay an egg damn near every single night. He's coming there to bring with mediocre performances, and you guys clapping and say, at least we won. Gordon Hayward drops 40. Oh, at least we won. You win a game, at least we won. See, I'm not mad that you should be grateful for what you have. It's okay. But in a sports section, in a team that has lost for years, it's time to demand results. That's all I ask. Is that too hard to ask? So I'm sorry, Charlotte. Clock's ticking. What's your decision? The Rising Stars team with your Lamelo Ball as your All-Star, or James Borrego? Some group gotta go. Which one is it gonna be?